But here, Lord Chaitanya is asking Srivas Thakur, did I frighten people? Did I cause any kind of concern? Now, this has a deep meaning. In Kali Yuga, well, we don't like to hear that, but we are all almost on the level of not Hiranyakashipu trying to kill Vishnu, trying to kill the Lord, but more or less trying to kill the godly spirit within us, trying to kill the mentality of us being a servitor. And there are people who in India, especially, you could be amazed that they can do austerities, they can fast for 20, 30, 80 days. There is a group in India where their leader sometimes fasts for 80 days at a stretch. How they live is up to them. And what do they get from this kind of heaviest of heavy austerities? In my next life, I will become God. Oh, that is the carrot. That is the fruit which is so attractive. So you might be, all of you are staying in the Western world and you may see people eating like anything, drinking like anything, enjoying their senses to the fullest. And you may say, my God, what madness is this? Well, this madness is one half of the madness, where you say, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. What happens after death? Who cares? So this is the short-term mentality, sense gratification. I want it now. And in here, in India, there is restraint, there is self-control, but it is of the other variety of the same spirit of being an enjoyer. I will fast today, I will starve today, I will have pain, I'll endure pain today. But tomorrow I'm going to enjoy. Independent of any kind of servitorship, any kind of being a servant of God. Yesterday I was reading something about Western philosophy, and I don't know which author or someone came up with this. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. The Western concept of heaven and hell is a bit different here. Both are eternal. Once you go there, you get a master card or a Visa gold card, and you're going to enjoy like anything. The Islamic religion also is completely contorted nowadays. You give up your life or you kill enough number of others, and you can enjoy with 72 virgin girls, drinking, eating, a fully furnished mansion, palace. There is a group of Christians called the Mormons, and they're kind of a different group. The mainline Catholics and Protestants don't agree with them on everything, but they too have this idea that after death, if you're a good Christian, you have your own domain. Maybe we are the only ones, the Vaishnavas, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, the followers of the Vaishnava Sampradayas, who say that, no, sir, you are eternally a cooperator, you are eternally a servant. Why do you want to change that role? And just imagine, Prabhupada's example could not be even more simpler. This is my hand and it has 5 fingers. If the thumb is sore, it cannot move, cannot bend. I cannot lift things because I need all 5 fingers to carry something. So if the finger is sore, it is hurting, it is not happy, and I am also not happy. Let us say the thumb is cut. And if I call the thumb, please, I want to lift this, come here. There is no contact. So Prabhupada gave this example to make us understand that you as a thumb, you have a definite role to play. That is in connection with the hand. The hand is connected to the arm is connected to the body. So the question is, what about my happiness then? Well, sir, your happiness is taken care of by being a part of God. And God being the stomach part, when the stomach eats, the energy is shared with every limb of the body. Is it not? You water the root, every limb of the tree gets nourished. If it is true for case A, stomach and the body, case B, the root and the tree, case C is Krishna and the whole universe. It is not rocket science, it is not superstition, it is not a belief system, it is common sense. What if somebody doesn't want to call God Krishna? Fine. Find out a bona fide name and chant it. Oh, we call God the greatest. Well, that's true. We call God the most high. We call God the most exalted. Anything works. But Krishna, why that name is suggested? Because it is all encompassing. All his other qualities are concentrated in this one term, all attractive. So there is a question from Shirisha Mataji. What is, oh, 3 questions?
Prabhuji, I have some questions. Whenever you have time, please help me to understand.
Okay. This is not concerning our discussion today, right?
Yeah, but it's all Chaitanya Charitamrta Tattva.
No, I know. We will take it.
But not here.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Sure. We'll do it today itself. So I will begin with text 99. Aradina Shiva Bhakta Shiva Gunagai Prabhu Rangane Nache Damaru Bajai. This is another story, another pastime. On another day, a great devotee of Lord Shiva, chanting of Lord Shiva's qualities, came to Lord Chaitanya's house, where he began dancing in the courtyard and playing his damaru. A damaru is a musical instrument. Anyone seen a damaru before? It is like, I'm just showing you. I don't have it right now. I may show a picture later. It is the size of a small drum. It looks like an hourglass. Yeah. That's the image. Looks like an hourglass. You catch it in between. There are 2 strings attached, and it has 2 heads like a drum, but it is very small, like very compact. And daga 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 daga. That's how the sound comes when you play it. And one of Lord Shiva's favorites. So therefore, Lord Shiva's followers also played. And that's what this devotee was doing. Text 100. Mahesha Avesha Hoila Sachira Nandan Taraskande Chadi Nritya Kaila Baukshan. Translation. Then Lord Chaitanya, adopting the mood of Lord Shiva, got on the man's shoulders. Mahaprabhu jumped on his shoulders. And thus they danced together for a long time. Purport. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu adopted the mood of Lord Shiva, for he is Shiva also. According to the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, Lord Shiva is not different from Lord Vishnu. But still, Lord Shiva is not Lord Vishnu, just as yogurt is nothing but milk, and yet is not milk nevertheless. One cannot get the benefit of milk by drinking yogurt. Similarly, one cannot get salvation by worshipping Lord Shiva. If one wants salvation, one must worship Lord Vishnu. This is confirmed with Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham desho astita. Everything is resting on the Lord, for everything is his energy. Yet, he is not everywhere. Lord Chaitanya's adopting the mood of Lord Shiva is not extraordinary, but one should not therefore think that by worshipping Lord Shiva, one is worshipping Lord Chaitanya. That would be a mistake. So these are small stories, just coming in 2-3 verses. Okay. Text 101. Aradina eka bhikshuk aila magite prabhura nitya dekhi nitya lagila karite. Translation. On another day, a mendicant came to beg alms from the Lord's house. But when he saw the Lord dancing, he also began to dance. Text 102. Prabhu sange nritya kare parama ullase, Prabhu tare prema dila preme rase bhase. He danced with the Lord because he was favored by love of Krishna. Thus he flowed in the mellows of love of Godhead. Just two verses, 101 and 102. Some beggar comes to the Lord's house, and then he sees Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing. Just by seeing him dancing, this beggar also starts dancing. But his dancing was special. It is said that he was favored by love of Krishna. Thus he flowed in the mellows of love of Godhead. This is the mood of the Hare Krishna movement. One word of caution here. You may say, just once somebody danced and they got full love of God. What about me? I'm dancing for the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Never try to feel or never covet the position given to somebody else. Vaishnavism means we celebrate others' success. You don't say that, okay, like somebody gets a gold medal and says, so what? I didn't get it. That's the material mood. In bhakti, when somebody gets favored, we jump in joy. My goodness, I'm so happy for you. Let us analyze this. Why should I be happy if somebody else gets favored by the Lord? Number one, it means even in this Kali Yuga, even in today's times, Krishna is not neglecting his devotees. He is giving his mercy. Now, the only thing is I'm seeing his mercy coming to someone else. I have two choices. One choice is to become envious. One choice is to become jealous, envious, or having some kind of a attitude that who is he or who is she? This person is a junior. I preached to them. I sold him the first book. I taught him how to chant. No. Juniorship or seniorship in Vaishnavism doesn't depend upon how you're seeing someone today. You don't know what they must have done in their last lives. They could be very exalted. And that is why they were favored. So we lose a big chance of progressing by unnecessarily becoming envious of other Vaishnavas. When that could be our chance of getting favored by Krishna, that when we celebrate their success, we also become kind of known by Krishna. Oh, this person, I gave this person bhakti, but this devotee was more happy than the person who actually got bhakti. It's a bit of a tricky point. Yeah, question please.
So are you saying whether we can act because we don't have insight? Maybe we are not that level of appreciating, even though. So we should act, Prabhu, at that time.
What do you mean act?
I mean, we are not at that level of appreciation, but we can say, oh, you are very nice.
Oh, that's a question.
I'm sorry.
Do we fake it? Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah.
Well, see how Vaishnavism is all encompassing. Prabhupada said, he didn't say this, but this nice Western saying, fake it till you make it. Have you heard of it? Like, now this is based on truth. We offer pranams to devotees. And our mantra for chanting pranam is Vancha kalpataru vescha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Let me offer my obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are like desired trees, oceans of mercy. They have compassion for all the fallen conditioned souls. Now, one disciple of Srila Prabhupada came and said, Swamiji, sometimes I don't feel like doing this. Although you have told that every day when we see each other in the temple, or even if we see people online, we offer this pranam. And Prabhupada said it won't come naturally. Why? Because we are conditioned for so many lifetimes. So just because we don't get the feeling, we should not do it. We'll have to wait for donkey's years before the feeling comes. Perhaps the feelings will never come. So we use something which the outside world does. There are Olympic athletes. They were asked that, do you feel like happy whenever you start practice? Oh no, sometimes I feel like throwing away all my equipment. Then why do you do it? Oh, because I have to. So for some kind of a paltry medal or some kind of material health, which is going to go away anyway, people put this kind of spiritual principles in place. That do it with enthusiasm. Doesn't matter what your mind is thinking. Take your mind off that particular transaction. So if they can use it, why can't we? Who is telling you? I'm asking you, Shirisha, who is telling you not to offer pranam, not to celebrate somebody's success?
My
Is this a
mind.
spiritual quality? No, it's not a spiritual quality. It is my mind and my ego who are
Yes,
telling that.
Prabhu, actually, if you see, I'm talking in a material way. If
Yes.
if the other devotee is your friend or anything, seriously, we are not faking. Seriously, we are very happy if they get any success or any appreciation from senior devotees or whatever their success. But if other devotee is not our friend, it's very difficult to appreciate. But the thing, appreciation, it's all glories of Srila Prabhupada, because we are following as a servant of the servant. We want to appreciate because for that mission they did it. But naturally, we are not inclined. I'm not inclined to
Oh,
praise
you
the
say
devotee.
we are all the same boat.
Yeah. So I'm
Because I
thinking
am,
that
when
time I
sharing
really
thing doesn't mean.
appreciate the cause, but sometimes my mind says, yeah, ego, right? Envy or ego. So that's
Okay,
why
let us take an example. Somebody sang a very nice song for Radha Krishna. And let us say we are allowed to enter into the understanding that Radha Krishna are very happy by that performance. Because of their happiness, this devotee is glorified. But this is a devotee who is not in your favorites list. You don't agree with each other. Perhaps you fight verbally with each other, or perhaps even something more than that. But what this devotee has done is they have pleased the Lord. So when you say, I'm not happy with this person's performance, you are saying you are not happy with Krishna's pleasure. Now, will that work in a positive way for your own progress or in a negative way?
negative way.
Then that means you are shooting yourself in the foot, as they say. So whenever we see the end result of something, somebody has done something and Krishna is happy. When Krishna is happy, we have to participate in Krishna's pleasure. If we decide not to become happy, we will be in Kamsa's party. Yeah, it's plain and simple like that. Aghasur, Bakasur, Putana, they were all sent to spoil Krishna's enjoyment. Now they could not because Krishna is Krishna.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
So fake it till you make it, at least in the beginning. And if you just wait for the mind to become cooperative, it will never become. So sometimes, even if it is a bitter pill to swallow, even if it is like drinking one glass of Karela juice, just by saying, oh yeah, she's a good cook. Oh, she's a good, she dresses very nicely. Or she really sews and embroiders things very nicely. You have to say it. And mundane friends and mundane enemies, that will continue till our last breath. There is no end to it. We will always have somebody as our friend based on our mind. Oh, she also speaks Telugu. Oh, she's from Guntur. Therefore, I like her. So we have to check whether my friendship is based on soul friendship or on material concerns. Now, material concerns are not bad because we will have some affinity for somebody speaking same language, same geographical area, same everything. But does it guarantee that you will progress together? Last point, three of our brahmacharis, three of our students from the monastery, all from a particular area of India, they all decided that they will not stay in our Chopati and GV ashrams, but they will go back to their native place. And I mean, I didn't say anything. I was asking, what is the reason for all three of them going there? Oh, we speak the same language, we have the same community, we know the same food, so we will start a center together. Sorry to say, within 6 months, the whole thing came apart. Now they're all on their own and they're all good friends with us. And I was just curious, why can't you cooperate? Oh, he's like this, he's like this, he's like this. I said, okay, I learned my lesson. In ISKCON, cooperation cannot be based solely on material concerns. You can have a person from the South Pole, somebody from the North Pole, and somebody from the Sahara Desert, and they can run a center very sweetly, even though they may not even speak the same language. So these are some things. Would you like to read?
Me, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Text 103. Aradine Jyotisha Sarvajina Eka Aila Tahare Samana Kari Prabhu Prasanna Kaila. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. On another day, an astrologer came who was said to know everything, past, present, and future. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received him with all honor and put this question before him. Purport: Brahmanas generally used to become astrologers, Ayurvedic physicians, teachers, and priests. Although highly learned and respectable, such Brahmanas went from door to door to distribute their knowledge. A Brahmana would first go to a householder's home to give information about the functions to be performed on a particular tithi or date. But if there were sickness in the family members would consult the Brahmana as a physician, and the Brahmana would give instruction and some medicine. Often, since the Brahmanas were expert in astrology, people would also be greatly inquisitive about their past, present, and future. Although the Brahmana appeared at Lord Chaitanya's house as a beggar, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received him with great respect because he was a qualified Brahmana who knew the astrological signs perfectly. Although Brahmanas would go door to door just like beggars, they were honored as very respectable guests. This was the system in Hindu society 500 years ago. During the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this system was current even 100 years ago, even 50 or 60 years ago. When we were children, such Brahmanas would visit householders like humble beggars, and people would derive great benefit from the mercy of such Brahmanas. The greatest benefit was that a householder could save a great deal of money from being spent on doctor bills because the Brahmanas, aside from explaining the past, present, and future, could ordinarily cure all kinds of diseases simply by giving instructions and some medicine. Thus, no one was bereft of the benefit of a first-class physician, astrologer, and priest. The important members of ISKCON should give careful attention to our Dalla school, where children are being taught Sanskrit and English to become perfect Brahmanas. If they are actually trained as perfect Brahmanas, they can save society from rogues and ruffians. Indeed, people can live happily under the protection of qualified Brahmanas. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita 4.13 gives special stress to the division of society, Chatur Varnam Maya Shreshtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Unfortunately, some people are now claiming to be Brahmanas simply by birthright, with no qualifications. Therefore, the entire society is in chaos. Text 104. के achilun ami purva janme kahe gani ganite lagila sarvajina prabhu vakya suni. Please tell me who I was in my previous birth, the Lord said. Please tell me who I was in my previous birth, the Lord said. Please tell me by your astrological computations. Hearing the words of the Lord, the astrologer immediately began to calculate. Through astrology, one can know past, present, and future. Modern Western astrologers have no knowledge of the past or future, nor can they perfectly say anything about the present. Herein, we find, however, that after hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, the astrologer immediately began his calculations. This was not a facade. He factually knew how to ascertain one's past life through astrology. A still existing treatise called the Bhrugu Samhita describes a system by which anyone can immediately get information about what he was in past and what he is going to be in the future. The Brahmanas who went door to door as if beggars have perfect command of such vast knowledge. Thus, the highest knowledge was easily available even to protest man in society. Sorry. Thus, the highest knowledge was easily available even to the poorest man in the society. The poorest man could inquire from an astrologer about his past, present, and future with no need for business or agreements or extravagant payments. The Brahmana would give him all the benefit of his knowledge without asking remuneration, and the poor man in return would offer a handful of rice or anything he had in his possession to satisfy the Brahmana. In a perfect human society, perfect knowledge in any science, medical, astrological, electrical, and so on is available even to the poorest man with no anxiety over payment. In the present day, however, no one can get justice, medical treatment, astrological help, or celestial enlightenment without money. And since people are generally poor, they are bereft of the benefits of all these great sciences.
We'll just pause for any comments or anybody like to ask questions.
But Prabhuji, we don't have, nothing is in our hands. We are all helpless. Why should we need to know about our future? There is nothing in our hands, right, Prabhuji?
No, you can't make a very black and white concrete statement like we don't have anything in our hands. Very good question. Normally people feel that astrology doesn't work, or people are astrologers are quacks, which is a fact. So because you know something doesn't keep you in full control. So I always say that come out of this binary mode or binary digits or whole digital world. The Zoom app we are using, I'm seeing you, you are seeing me. Ultimately, it is just numbers. Do you know that? 1 and 0, plus and minus, positive and negative. So the whole world is based on, like previously, music. Oh, music needs to be on a record player, long playing record, a gramophone. Now it's all digital. Pictures, all digital. Text, all digital. Computer, everything digital. Our thinking also becomes digital, binary. If I know something, if I know that next year I'm going to get sick, well, I also need to get, how do I get out of that sickness? Astrology doesn't make your future. It just gives you a hint of what could happen. Like once we were in New York and we had to go to West Virginia to our Vrindavan farm. So we checked out the traffic report. We checked out what were traffic alerts. There was a snow alert. Oh, it didn't snow much, but at least it was the beginning because we were going in October, September end or October. Very slight, but a lot of rain predicted. So how did it help us? The rain prediction helped us that how many activities we should do indoor and how much we can go and explore, because New Vrindavan is like a huge forest. It's like a very beautiful, especially in summer. There is a lake, and we were a group of about 8 or 10 devotees. So the weather alert kind of helped us arrange our programs. Like what if we go for an outdoor picnic? We come with mridang kartal, with snacks, and we sit in an open clearing area and suddenly starts raining. So this is what astrology can do in your life. Prabhupada writes here that Bhrigu Samhita can teach you what you were in your previous life. Now, do you see some people are very cranky, always temperamental, some are very cool, composed. So this also is a carry forward from your previous existence. Bhrigu Samhita, Bhrigu Muni is a great sage, and he was requested that why don't you compile the basic rudimentary information about every living entity here? And he did. Of course, now you don't have so many of those Bhrigu Muni practitioners, but okay, here is something. We have a young girl coming from a very rich family. She got married in 2019 or 2020, January. And within 3 months, she came back home. She separated. And she's slowly learning Bhagavad Gita. And then this topic came up, astrology. So upon guidance, she went to an astrologer. And he gave her a very almost to the dot clear analysis of what her previous 12 to 15 years of her life were. And suddenly she got faith. Oh my, how could we predict? I said, he didn't predict. He just told you what your last 12 years were. He said, oh, now I understand the pattern at which my mind thinks and I behave. So now she wants to get married again. So he said, wait, there is a 1.5 year waiting period. Say Feb 23, something will happen. You will have some kind of uh, a proper time to think about it. Till that time, you have to build upon. So he's given her some rituals to perform, and she's doing it. So this same example, if you are about to start from your home and the local highway is very smooth, the interstate highway from California also is very nice. But say you are supposed to go from California to Denver, and midway there is a big, massive pileup or or a huge delay. So when you put your data in your GPS and say that I'm at point A, I'm going to point B, and later it says that there is a huge traffic jam, doesn't it give you the space to adjust things? Now, if you say, what about someone doing some magic wand trick and clearing that traffic jam? Hey, there is no such kind of thing available. You either accept it, that this thing is there, and change your plans. So, astrology is not meant for a poor man just to become rich, or a rich man to be told that you'll become poor. Prabhupada goes very deep here. Here, what Prabhupada is saying is, the benefits of these sciences were available to the poorest person. And just see the points mentioned by Prabhupada. Medical treatment, justice, medical treatment, astrological help, or ecclesiastical enlightenment. Ecclesiastical is a bit of a tough word. It simply means spiritual knowledge, scriptural knowledge. Each and every department Prabhupada mentions here is now monopolized by just merchants. People will teach you something for a huge fee. A lawyer will protect you for a huge fee. One thing I noticed when I first came to America, almost every time I would travel from one state or one big county to another, huge billboard saying, Johnson and Johnson, your injury lawyers. And I asked people, hey, what's this injury lawyers and why are they everywhere? They said, oh, there is big money here. And what that friend told me was shocking. Somebody invites you to their home, you go there, it is all snow, and you slip on the snow in front of your friend's courtyard, and you can sue him for $100,000 because you broke your hip bone. I say, why would somebody sue their own friend? They say, well, he did not clear that snow and therefore you tripped. He should have told you that there is snow here and you can slip. I said, really? But how do lawyers, why do they gain anything here? Oh, what they will do is they promise you that we will do all the paperwork. You just do the signing. And if you get 100,000, 60,000 goes to us. I said, oh, that's the carrot here, that, this guy can make 60, 70% of the damages and give 25, 30% to the person. One European person told me that, why Americans are crybabies. I said, what do you mean crybabies? This is not crybaby. There is money here. This is exploitation. Now in India, if I broke my hip bone and I may sue, it will be 30 years before even the case comes up before court. So nobody sues for any damages, and you'll get pennies even if you ask for millions and millions of dollars. So we don't have that problem over here. We have other kinds of problems, but not this one. So ideal society is based upon these 4 or 5 things. That if somebody wants medical help, somebody wants judicial help, somebody wants astrological help, or somebody wants spiritual help, it should be given without money. There were 2 or 3 gurus, very famous ones from India, and one of them used to charge $35 for a mantra. It was their policy that you come to the guru and he charges you $35 and he gives you your personal mantra. And when Prabhupada was told, Prabhupada said, look at this. We don't indulge in this kind of thing. Our Maha Mantra is free. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's very effective, it works, and it's still free. So these are some thoughts. I'll take your questions now. Okay. What is Tattva and Mahatattva mean? Help me understanding the Lord manifests in different features in different tattvas. Well, Mahatattva and Tattva are 2 different terms. Tattva means truth. Like we have Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. That is the truth part. Mahatattva is basically the ingredients required to make our material universe. Imagine a place where is all clear, land is all clear, but you see stone blocks, concrete blocks, cement, wood, water, the mixing machine, and people. But that doesn't make a building. When they start working with those things, in about a month or so, you see a house being built. So when you see the ingredients, they are no longer there, but now you see the house. But is the house any different from those ingredients? The very same ingredients were used for that. Are you getting this analogy? Like you're cooking some item, let's say idli. So you have rice soaked, urad dal soaked, and then you put them in a mixie, and then you ferment them, and then you make idlis. But that finished product, a steam idli, is not different from those ingredients. But now the ingredients cannot be seen. Now you see the finished product. So when you're walking in California, you don't see the Mahatattva, but actually you are walking on it because earth, water, fire, air, ether, these are the ingredients by which this world is made. Please explain difference between qualities, features, opulences. Of whom?
Prabhu,
Of Krishna?
on the first question, I have extinction. So
Yeah.
if I'm starting reading Caritamrta from first verse. So in the first verse of Adi-Lila, it explains about 6 features of Chaitanya Tattva. And in 14th verse, Panchatattva has 5 features. In between, Lord has 3 features like Brahman, Paramatma. I didn't understand Lord manifest in 6 features, Lord manifest in 5 features, in 3 features. What is this?
This is a bit confusing. I agree. Even in Srimad Bhagavatam, how many ingredients are used to make this material world? So 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So why it is like that? I asked one very intelligent devotee, or maybe somebody asked and he shared the answer with me. Just like in a room, you have, say, 50 items. But let us say the gadgets, 3 mobile phones, 4 MP3 players, and 2 cameras. Because they're all electronic items, they're all put in one bag. So now 7 items have become only 1 item. But those items inside, they're not taken out of the room. They are in the room itself, but now they are called one category. So different sages, different ways of looking at things. So somebody says, no, I want all physical items for counting here. Oh, then they become 52. Okay, I only want clothing items, rubber items, plastic items, and electronic items. That's all. I just want to see the category. Oh, then it becomes only 4. Because you are putting all of them in under one category. So that's the only difference. You have to see somebody seeing from what particular point of view that they are making that. Otherwise, the number inside doesn't change at all.
Sure, Prabhuji.
All right. Please explain difference between qualities, features, opulences of Krishna or of,
yes, of Krishna. So there are some features are different, opulences are different, qualities are different. What are these, Prabhu?
This is also from Adi-Lila part 1, you're asking?
No, I'm just asking because Krishna, I mean, Lord Bhagavan has 6 opulences. We always see, and qualities. If we see Achintya Beda, we are same one with the quality but not the quantity. I didn't understand what are the differences of features, opulences, and qualities of Bhagavan.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you a simple answer now because our time is up, and we will take it later. You preserve these 3 questions. The first we have discussed. Second, Krishna has 64 qualities as per Nectar of Devotion book. He is very friendly, he is compassionate. So that's a quality. Opulence is all knowledge, all wealth, all power, all beauty. That's considered the opulence. See the difference? Like a rich man is very intelligent. He's a Wall Street banker. So that's his quality. And he has a Mercedes car or he has a Rolls Royce car. That's his opulence. He has his own apartment in the most costliest area of New York. So that's his opulence. But he also is a financial wizard. He can make big investments and make big returns on investment. That's like his quality. He's very tall, he's handsome. So that's like his features. See, that's how you can understand. The third one we'll take next time. Any last minute thing before we close for the day? So I need to give our Thursday, my Thursday morning, your Wednesday evening